Hey guys, as you are well aware, I recently started making use of a new online service for TRT, right? And I've told you about that in previous videos, and I've told you about the process that I've gone through, and there's going to be more videos coming up about that in future. But today, I wanted to just go through my latest blood test results with you, which I used the service, and the first step that you do is obviously you go for blood tests so they can see if you qualify for TRT treatment or not. So I went through the service and I got my blood tests done, and the results that came back were actually quite shocking. Even to me, I wasn't expecting them to be so low. So what I'll do quickly is I'm going to put up a screenshot of the lab results on the side over there so that you can see what I'm talking about when I go through it. But previously, when I went for my blood work to test my testosterone levels, my levels were coming back at about 12 nmol, right? Which was kind of on the borderline, which is why I never would get treatment from the NHS, and some doctors would prescribe and some wouldn't. Now, the latest tests, as you can see there, they're a little bit more shocking. They came back at 5 nmol, right? Before it was 12, now it's 5, which is quite low. Well, it's actually not quite low, it's very low. And that's almost at levels of a woman, right? And you can see also on the charts that, you can see on the graphs there that my 5 falls out of the normal range of 7.6 to 31. My free testosterone is 0.106, and that falls out of the range of 0.3 to 1. So that was also very low. And even my estrogen, or my estradiol, fell out of the normal range. And you can see that by the little asterisks on the report that show that it's out of the normal range. And here my estrogen was 18.35, and the normal range is 44 to 156. So the only one that fell kind of within range was my sex hormone binding globulin. So as you can see from this, all of my levels were pretty low, which was quite shocking. And the first question I asked was, well, why is it so low? So naturally, the first idea that comes to mind is the fact that before I went on the blood test, I was on TRT. Then I stopped it for like 2.5, 3 weeks, just so that I could let my levels get back to normal. And then once I'd been off it, I then went for the latest blood test, which is the results that you're seeing here. So I spoke to the doctor, and they said that it is quite normal sometimes for your testosterone to drop down after you quit TRT. And sometimes, if you just stayed off TRT for a little bit longer, it may have normalized back to what it usually is, which in my case was maybe around about 11 or 12. But anyway, the doctors saw this. They saw my old results that I'd sent them from my previous doctors where it was a 12. They saw this one where it came back as 5, and they both agreed that I had a case for going onto TRT, and so they did prescribe it to me, because 5 nmol is about 145 nanograms per deciliter, which is very low. It falls way out of the normal range. So there was no really hesitation in getting the prescription, and so I did qualify for TRT, and I got a new treatment. I got basically a new dosage and a new prescription to go on, and I got a legal prescription that now works here in the UK finally. So I just wanted to show you my blood test results, show you where they were. We're going to do a follow-up blood work in about 2 or 3 months once I'm on the TRT again, to see where I am then. This last blood work was obviously just to determine the baseline of where I started, and then to see where I get. And then once we have the following blood test done, we see where my testosterone and my estrogen and even many more markers are, then we're going to determine, am I at my optimum levels? Should I decrease slightly? Should I increase slightly? Or is the dose correct where it is? And in my next video, I'm going to tell you all about what dose I'm on now, what testosterone I'm on now, and how things are going. So you just stay tuned and subscribe, click the subscribe button below to stay up to date for that. And I'm also, in the video following that, going to give you more information about the service that I've used as promised, and that's coming up very soon. So thanks for watching, and I will talk to you soon.